Well, we are very privileged and honored to be able to host once again this year's Eswatini biggest Braai. It's the 5th edition, of course. We have not been able to do it the past 2 years because of the dreaded COVID. The essence of the biggest Braai, actually, it's a way of encouraging society to come together and raise funds while having fun for the elderly. We are a charity organization, Philane Maswati, that was founded and registered in the Kingdom of Eswatini under the auspices or through the instruction of Her Majesty, who saw the need to come up with an organization that will be auxiliary to what government is doing. We cater for the elderly and the needy and the vulnerable children that live with them. And contrary to what most people say or think, we are 100% a voluntary run organization. The only staff member that is full-time is actually the lady and the people on site at our elderly home that look after the elderly. And we volunteer our services, our time, and our financial resources in some instances. It is an organization that caters for the needy from all over the country. And as an organization, we have volunteers all over the world and all over the country, and we are in the process now of establishing even branches outside the country so that we can raise funds that will assist our elderly needy. Now, we have many ways of raising funds, and as you know, there's donor fatigue. One has to be very, one has to be creative how you raise funds. And if you look at the biggest Braai, the last time we were there, we had about 7,000 people who gathered there to support us. And those people were paying to come in, they were paying to buy the meat, they were paying for a number of things. And part of that money actually goes to the coffers of Philane Maswati. What do we do with the money that we raise from the biggest Braai? We use that money to build houses for the elderly. We use that money to provide shelter. We use that money to provide, some instances, medical support where the elderly don't have any. We use that money to actually help arrange funeral coffins for those who are deceased. We find ourselves having to do practically everything because the elderly, bokoko, you find that bahlala nabatugul, and then we are forced to look after labatugul as well. So as a charity organization, we rely on good Samaritans like you or anybody else to support us. There has been a belief that maybe because some of us are into politics, some of us are into that, we actually are a government entity. The charity is not. The charity is actually run by individuals. We have a lot of good Samaritans that support us, some of them with food hampers on a regular basis. Others, they support us with blankets on a regular basis. And others come and volunteer their services when we build. And recently, at our farm, we have a group of young people that come there regularly because we have a farm and somebody donated agricultural equipment. So we grow the fresh vegetables and we sell some, and some we feed the elderly people that are there. And one would wonder, in the old age home, who stays there and how do we get them? It is very painful to say that all the recipients, unlike in a hotel where people come there voluntarily or willingly, these are people we find where we get police to call us that somebody staying at the police center, he has nowhere to go. Imipagats, they call us somebody has nothing to eat, and some of them we pick them up from hospitals or from the streets. They have nowhere to go, they have nobody to look after them. We then take over them, take them to the hospital, just check if they have any chronic disease. We bring them in and we keep them as part of us. And as a charity organization, we want to take this opportunity and appeal to citizens, particularly those who are doing very well, that please do remember there are people in this world that don't know what to eat, where to sleep, and what to wear. and what to use as blankets. That is where Philani Maswati come in. In fact, the essence of Philani is not really to join us. We are saying wherever you are, whatever you're doing, helping the needy, that is actually Philani Maswati. We are helping the Maswati Gutsapile. And I'm very excited to say that we have a number of young people who volunteer their time, who volunteer their academic successes. Some of them come and write to us business plans. Others come and clean the houses where the elderly live. Others come and wash them, give them a bath or cook for them. We want to encourage these young people that it is good to do good. Others, again, business people, they donate blankets, they donate a number of things. And that assists us in making the lives of the elderly much better. We, as the volunteers in the forefront, are faced with this on a daily basis. The other area that we want to focus on with the money that we'll raise here is that we need to provide elderly people with wheelchairs. You know, in this country, small as we are, on a weekly basis, about 8 to 10 people need a wheelchair. Some of them due to sugar diabetes, others from accidents, others from being old. And if you look at the number of wheelchairs that are needed, we cannot cope. And we appeal to individuals to contribute in any way so that we can have money to afford these wheelchairs for the elderly and for those who are disadvantaged temporarily or permanently. And part of the money that we'll raise from this fundraiser will go towards purchasing wheelchairs and walking sticks. That is what we, we stand for. And also, we have now started talking to international friends. We are just opening an office overseas where we are getting a lot of help. I'm very excited to say that only last month we got the international company which makes computers. They are in the process of donating about 1,000 laptops for our village kids, the kids that we keep with the elderly. So we will be going to Taiwan in August to collect some of those computers, and we've just signed a memorandum of understanding. We are also working with South African companies and NGOs that donate to us a number of wheelchairs, a number of blankets, and a number of things. But more than anything else, I am saying God is happy when we try our little bit and contribute. And one would want to know, how much should I donate towards Philani? The answer is very simple. Even 1 lilangen will go a long way, because somebody needs salt, somebody needs matches, somebody needs a pack of candles. We don't discriminate how much you donate. But the fundamental question people ask us is that, but you have the Queen Mother as the patron. Is she not the one running the organization? And I'm very happy to explain that this is a charity organization that is registered in terms of the laws of the country. And it's also a member of the Coordination Assembly of the NGO, and we are a member of other organizations. And we are free anytime any donor wants to see our book of accounts. We are very happy to do that. Even if you donate, we insist that don't give us cash if you don't want to, but you can say, what do you want? Then you say, we need so many food hampers, so many blankets. Then you buy those things, and then we take with you to those elderly people so that you can also have the opportunity to present. I always say, you know, the value of a person is not so much how much gifts you give people, but how much you touch the lives of other people. I think as a charity organization, we exist to touch the lives of those who cannot touch themselves. And we really thank the advent of social media, where we could say more and talk more about this. Whoever is helping us, wherever they are, you are able to see instantly what your donation has done. You are able to see instantly what your good work is doing. And with the biggest Braai coming in, I want to thank particularly the young people, the artists, that have volunteered to also participate. I know we are contributing something towards them, but in generally, it is voluntary work to go and help where we're raising funds for the needy. We want to welcome all our visitors. Some of them are coming as far as Zambia, Zimbabwe, South Africa to assist us. We are saying we are doing a good cause. We're doing the little we could. We are auxiliary to government. Now, most people usually say, why is government not doing this? It is very clear no government in the world can do everything. There has to be auxiliary organizations, and we are that auxiliary organization. But more than anything else, I want to urge the young folks that have an opportunity maybe of watching this to come and work with us and to come and assist in actually alleviating the plight of the elderly. Finally, I want to say one of the things we've noticed, though, is that a number of the elderly people are not really destitute. They have taken us to school, they've educated us, but for some strange reasons, some of the young people decide not to care for their elderly. We have seen them dying painfully, asking us if you can bring my son so that we can forgive one another before I die, bring my daughter. And we've seen this. Now, this is an opportunity for everybody who has a parent, who has a neighbor, to actually make good with those elderly people. I work with the elderly people wherever they can be found, because of the problems. But at the end of the day, you get joy when I can make somebody's life a little bit better. Always had that attitude that because I live today, I have made my life better. We are a Christian country. We need not be talking about religious and Christian principles. It is there. And this is why in the book of Luke, Jesus says, who is your neighbor? And he's saying, this is what a neighbor is. So we all have neighbors, and those elderly people need our help. Those vulnerable children that have no parents, they need our help. So the biggest Braai on the 22nd of July might not appeal to a number of people, but we know that at the end of the day, the little money will get there, will go a long way in making the life of an elderly person who is suffering not because of what she did, what he did, suffering because such is this world. We invite everyone to support us. We invite everyone to criticize us. Some have the opportunity to criticize us, but at the end of the day, my God is my witness. We have out there people that need our help. And I am in touch with a number of other organizations that do the same thing in other countries. It is there. Even developed countries, they still have an opportunity where you give the citizens a chance to assist in alleviating the plight of the elderly. And with that, I believe God will be with us. We want to appeal to all people that give us a chance to go and raise funds to help the needy, because they are entitled to this, and they have nothing to do with whatever disagreements I might have with you for not supporting the biggest Braai. So at the end of the day, God is there, and my God is good, and I wish to pronounce a blessing amongst all those who will take it upon themselves to go and assist the needy, because it is the best thing we can do. We believe that God gave each one of us a talent to do something better, and we must use this opportunity for that. Thank you.